Grandpa George is sitting on Grandma Eve's porch steps and catching fireflies at night, and of course the countless, endless Pesach dinners and with all my cousins and aunts and uncles, and the gefilte fish and chopped liver, and of course crescent cookies. So to Grandma, may you live to make many more batches of crescent.
Yes.
Why so sad?
One of my memories is probably that I share with all my cousins also is learning to swim in Grandma's pool with Papa George and having to wear those horrible plastic bathing pants. And I think actually something that I've always kept with me is that you know how important family is, and when all those old ladies who sat at the pool and would yell at us to put our caps on, and Grandma was always the first one to run up to them to protect us. No one should ever harass their grandchildren. So it was a very wonderful time growing up in that pool, and all the holidays and coming in and smelling the chicken soups. And not to mention that my male cousins would always find the matzah before the rest of us.
It was our job.
Never had a chance, they would come early. And
it's our job.
We had no hope, so to Grandma.
Oh, and how about those silver dollars or the 50
Yes,
cent pieces?
yes. Yes, they always came through with those.
Yeah. Can I sit down?
If you want.
To add to the holiday dinners, I remember running up and down the hallway with all my cousins and crawling on the floor, running back and forth in the long hallway. That was a lot of fun. And Grandma's very talented. She's very artistic and has very good taste. In her furniture, in her clothing, in her knitting. She makes beautiful Afghans and beautiful baby blankets that I use every night with Dara. She has a big blanket that she calls Bubby's blanket and clothes. So we all cherish those things. You're very talented. And we cherish and love you.
Where are you going to stand?
Over there.
My baby. The baby boy.
I think it's very appropriate that my dad gave a speech the way he did tonight. Just watching these two as I grew up, and how parents can be friends, and how family values get passed down. It's helped shape me. I like my cousins, the monkeys, the cookies, but not growing up in Chicago. I always had my grandma, because we had our Afghans. And every night, we could cuddle up with our soft, beautiful Afghans and have our grandma with us. I love you. 10 years to Willard.
And today's show. Oh, that's very kind.
10 years to Willard, Mama.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Cammie would like to say something.
Cammie, you got something for your grandma?
You could say to her.
You like my cookies? I know. You want some? I have some, honey. You want to get some before you go home? Tell Mommy to come over tomorrow. I got a whole bunch of cookies.
And tomorrow's Halloween.
Can you come before? Sure, okay. We got a deal. Okay. Sometimes I send them cookies, but it's getting to be a big job to go to the post office and carry it and stuff. It's heavy.
That's what happens when you get together.
You can pick it up? That's the best idea you had. We'll make a date. And you pick it up, okay, love? In fact, when I go to the eye doctor,
Aaron would like to say something too.
it's on the way.
Bobby, I like your cookies
And your chicken. He likes the chicken more.
Here we go, here we go. Everybody gets some.
No, you're not, little crazy. No, you're not.
Go ahead.
Aaron, will you share
More
Grandma's cookies
wonderful
with
in
me?
the world than what I have.
Well, then I'm not going to leave any of my cookies.
These are your treasures.
Well, know what?
What?
You look too far away
They're
from us.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you do, because I live in Hilton.
Okay, Rosie.
Oh, Rosie, cool.
You want to do that?
We'll get them.
I would like very much to have your glasses.
You got to follow them. You got to follow them.
No.
This was better than winning the lottery.
Are you okay there, cream puff?
What would I do with the lottery?
She's going to get her tushy stuck in there.
They would have, maybe they'd benefit, not
You're
me.
going to get your tushy stuck in
Whatever,
there.
or, you know.
Well, don't sit there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judah.
I always had kids say, well, if I won the lottery, they would enjoy, wouldn't me? Your life doesn't change at this age. You know, how much more can you do?
Your daughter-in-law is speaking.
Okay, daughter-in-law. Respect the daughter-in-law, okay?
Mother-in-law.
Okay.
Boo. Daughter-in-law. Hiss.
Ooh.
Well, that's what the advice columns would have you believe. And I'm here to tell you what it's like to be your daughter-in-law. I've known you since I was 10. I've seen your heart grow as your family expanded. I've seen your arms reach long to embrace us all. You always gave me advice, but let me do as I pleased. You had style, high-heeled shoes, hennas, Harlequin glasses, bustiers, way before Madonna. You have common sense and intellect. You always have something to teach me, and certainly never lack for conversation. You've never grown old. You just let me keep up with you. You are a charm, not to be dangled, but to be worn proudly. You became a role model mother-in-law for me, and I hope my daughters-in-law are as lucky as I. You let me have your Bennett, and most of the time, I do thank you. And in turn, we gave you your only grandsons, and the line of love continues. You might be little Eva, but in my eyes, you are 6 feet tall. Last Thanksgiving, when the entire Jacobson clan came together, you looked around and said to me, George and I did okay. Yes, Eve, you and he sure did. In fact, in 5 short words, you said it all. Happy 32,850 days from my husband.
I am not very elegant and speaking off the cuff, very eloquent. So I have written you a poem with the very clever title of My Cousin Eve.
Very clever.
So I'm going to read, and forgive the glasses, but when one can't say. Okay. Though small in stature, she is big in heart. That is why I am glad in my family she is a part. Of course, I am describing my cousin Eve. This gal is 90, who would ever believe? Though she is officially my cousin, I can tell you this. Eve Jacobson is so with it, she's more like my big sis. At a very young age, I would visit her in Chicago at her 2-story home on a street called Lawndale. When we Biermans would visit, all the Jacobsons within our arrival were greeted by Eve's cheerful grin. And when we departed, with our tummies so full, from Eve's great cooking, our visits were never dull. And one of the best Eve stories, as often told by my mom, is about Cousin George buying Eve silver in one fell swoop downtown. Eve wished for a set of flatware, Grand Baroque it was called by name. George bought all of it then and there. The poor clerk has never been the same. Remember how often you told me that? We just talked about that recently. I also fondly recall her opening her home to me so a special friend from college could show me around the city. Remember that? Stay with you. But I think my most special memory occurred on a cold winter day when Eve took me shopping for a wedding dress and enjoyed it as much as me. That was her wedding, remember? Took me to Carson Pirie Scott. And who was always the first to respond and attend our family events. We were thrilled to see her at our girls' bat mitzvahs. So much pleasure her presence has meant. And now it's time to wish her a mazel tov and our prayers for many more good years. I wish you the most special birthday and our joy that all the family is near. I hope that you've enjoyed my poetry. I've tried hard to make it all rhyme, but mostly I hope for your happiness and good health and hope that you're having a wonderful time.
Wow.
I used to go to Vickers Journey when she got engaged. She came in from Indiana, you know.
Yep.
And I have a poem too. We really didn't know we were each going to write a poem about it.
All about you.
I guess right now
Yeah. You mean she told you all about me and
I
you
guess
didn't
it's just
advise
us
her
in the
against
family.
it?
I did.
I had met you. I took her at her
knew
word.
about you from the last
I took her at her word.
First of all, I have so many fond memories. I guess my brother and sister and I would not be here if weren't for George and Eve, who got our parents together. So over all these years, even though we are not as closely related in blood as some others are here, I feel like we are. And Eve's been like a mother to me, and she and my mother were certainly like sisters. And we just have so many very, very special memories of the love and warmth that they've always shown us, and all the happiness that we've always felt every time we've been around Eve and George and their children and their husbands and their grandchildren and now great-grandchildren, and we're just very privileged to be part of this family. So I wrote another very creative title called Happy 90th Birthday Eve. And this is in collaboration with my daughter Julia, who cannot be here today. Dear Eve, you're a very special person. We cannot believe you're 90 years young.
I wish I was that good.
What is your secret to aging with such grace? You fooled the DMV employees with your youthful good looks. We certainly can't see 90 years in your face. Even though we're separated by the miles and don't see each other often enough, you managed to impress us with your vigor and wit. You're a friend, cousin, mother, and grandmother rolled up into one. For our family, you're a perfect fit. So many cherished memories with you exist in our minds. I finally